Bannockburn today, and their pace, for some reason or other, as I said, you guys have seen Bannockburn 3 times this year, and it just seems to me that the pace around the forward line on North Geelong's worrying Bannockburn. I don't know, Ross Dillon looks to me as going in the ruck, so I don't know what's happened to Moore, whether he's injured.
We've got some half-time scores from other GDFL games this afternoon, Eric.
Yeah, quickly, Anarchy 4-4, Corio 11-3, Werribee 14-4, East Geelong 6-3, Belpost Hill 10-3, West Cricket and Footy Club 4-7, and Thompson 9-8, Belmont Lions 6-3.
We're going to start the third term here with Ross Dillon in the middle for Bannockburn and Jamie Weiss for North Geelong. So it's 8:11:59 to 7:4:46. Dillon goes up early and gets it down, but only as far as Price. Chopped off by Colliger. He's chopped off by Hearn. Dillon gets it again. Gives it to Delahan. Kicks out of mid-air. Goes okay to Brett Harding, who can switch it to zone. Carroll on the opposite wing if he wants to, but he elects to kick it up high towards Clark. Hearn goes up and stretches and takes the mark at half-back. And a good mark too. Kick around the corner. Kennedy has to sit and wait. He takes the mark. Damien Clark holding him up. He'll have to be careful there, Pee-wee. Now Kennedy kicks it back in, board looking for Weiss, who takes the mark, runs on, right foot kick towards Hearn, who makes up some ground and takes the mark and half forward. Now Lockwood gives him a lead into the space, and he should be able to take the mark. He could really thought about turning around and running on, but he's decided to stand and shoot for goal from a set shot from 40 metres out.
Pretty poor defence there, wasn't it? Yeah.
Very poor. Stephen Winter wouldn't be very happy with that, Eric. That was very poor checking.
In fact, at this point, I don't even know who Lockwood's man is. That's how far clear he was.
So Corey Lockwood with the shot for goal. Hasn't kicked a goal to date. He comes in, right foot kick, hasn't made the distance, into the square. Oh, up early, Rowe, and taken the mark. And that's what he's famous for at North Geelong, for some big grabs. And he's taken one in the goal square. He's kicked 3 goals too this afternoon, Michael Rowe. This for goal number 4 and for the 9th for North Geelong.
He's in the book.
Oh, Laurie.
5 metres out, Jason.
Michael Rowe has kicked the goal. His 4th. And the 9th for North Geelong. They go to 9:11:65. They lead Bannockburn 7:4:46. We've been playing 1 minute and 45 seconds in the third quarter. Lex the Wyndham scoreboard.
Laurie, that's just what Bannockburn would not want, because they were trailing at half-time and not playing well, and for a start like that for North Geelong, and again, what a fantastic grab by Michael Rowe.
Not at all, Eric. Look, I'm just trying to work out some matchups here. Brett Harding's obviously on the wing. He's on Welsh.
No, he's on Kennedy, actually.
Clark's on the half-forward flank, out of the middle. Colliger's in the middle, I think.
Umpire with the footy in the middle. Weiss and Dillon. Dillon, a clear tap away to the arms of Connor. Can't get a real clear kick. Russell Hearn picks it up. The run of Gibbs takes the handball. Kicks towards centre half forward. Weiss made great ground. Couldn't take the mark. Off hands of Seekers. Hicks at the full forward. Ball comes clear. Giles and Flack. Flack just clips it, chips it back. Price on the ground. Tries to get up. Picks it up. Pushes it forward and finds the safety of the boundary line. Gee, there was a bit of pressure out there in the half forward flank for the north side, but they've got the ball over the boundary line inside 50, so the opportunity at almost 3 minutes to score again. Bannockburn under a bit of pressure here. Boundary umpire puts the footy in. Seekers, Raschi both go up, hit to the back. Dillon picks it up, chips the ball over the top to Brett Harding. Great mark on the run, takes off. Kennedy can't catch him. He's run about 75 metres, I think. And umpire Beattie, he's counted at the finish, and the free kick has gone to Kennedy. Great chase by Kennedy. He put Harding under a bit of pressure. So Kennedy, the young player, he sees a player loose on half forward. That's Weiss again. Made good position, Weiss out there. He's got another player loose further up, and that's Welsh. Takes the mark. He's going to play on. Little chip pass to Rory Priddle. Can't take the mark. Goes to ground. Colliger picks it up. Kicks it clear for the Bannockburn side. Only as far as Weiss on centre wing. Perhaps could have been 50 there. Put down after he took the mark by Matty East. But Weiss now kicks it back into the corridor. Mark not taken by a Seekers. Flack comes through. Handballs are clear. Hearn picks it up and away he goes. Kicks into the forward line also. At the back there is Michael Rowe. Off hands, it's Priddle. Kicks it high in the air. Doesn't get any distance, but it's fallen into the arms of Raschi in the goal square, and he's run in and kicked a goal. I tell you what, it was a fairly ordinary looking kick. It went at right angles to where he was running, but it is his second, and it is North Geelong's 10th. And Laurie, are they on a roll? 10-11-71. North Geelong. Lexus of Wyndham scoreboard. They lead Bannockburn yet to score in this third quarter, 7-4-46, and that's 5 minutes into the
Well, in
third
old
quarter.
footy terms, Eric, they've certainly got a sniff here, and Russell Hearn's leading by example. I think he's touched the ball since half-time about 5 times, and big Jamie Weiss has lifted his game. You can see these guys, they just seem to lift their game all of a sudden, and the urgency coming from North Geelong is going to worry Bannockburn. If they can whack a couple more on, it takes a bit of catching back, doesn't it?
And I really don't know whether the southern end would be the scoring end here today.
Probably not.
So back in the middle, Ross Dillon and Jamie Weiss, who's having a bit of a game this afternoon. Weiss, he goes up and he gets it down again. East, though, robs it and goes with his left boot, torpedo punt. Beautiful kick, one out, going back. Getting back there was Gibbs. Perkins is up there as well, tapped away. Foot race now, Perkins doesn't sit for him, kick off the ground. McCarthy, it's out of bounds on the full, said the umpire. The goal umpire said that. And it will be a free kick to Ashley Perkins.
Yes, the ball went, so that kick must have went 70 metres from Matty East
great
before
kick.
boundary up, but still on the centre wing.
So Ashley Perkins has got in the left forward pocket, northern end of Osborne Park for the Tigers. He's got Dillon sitting there, and the big man takes it. Ross Dillon, 45 metres out. Not much angle to speak of.
Much better kick, Laurie, there, much more controlled, and Dillon took the mark, which he needed to do.
Yes. Would he be able to kick this from there, Eric, you think?
Well, he's a goal kicker. He likes kicking them, Ross Dillon, doesn't he, Jason?
He does. We've all put the mods on him now. Dillon comes in. Ooh, he just leaves it short, and he's just clipped the post. So one behind to Ross Dillon. They go to 7-5-47 now, Bannockburn. North Geelong 10-11-71. Lex to Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, 6 minutes played.
He really wasn't comfortable with the kick, Laurie, was he, at the end of the day?
Well, it looked fairly awkward, the kicking style, Eric, and for a goal kicker.
Well, Zitko does the kicking in, finds Burns on half-back flank. Oh, an atrocious kick from Burns. It's out of bounds on the full. And I think Corey Lockwood would be pretty disappointed because he was making a strong lead there. And he was 3.5 centimetres too far down the ground. The umpires put him back. And Tom Mullane Grant gets the ensuing free kick, kicks it back into the corridor. Oh, from behind, the mark has been taken by Shane Andrews, and perhaps a little fortunate because
he was second to it, wasn't he?
He was, and was it Gibbs just misjudged it ever so slightly, I think, and was unfortunate. However, Andrews now from 45 metres out, slightest of angles, on the left foot, moves in. Oh, that's a much better looking kick, and I think he might have nearly snuck that one in. What's the goal umpire going to tell us? Yes, he agrees. So it is the second for Shane Andrews, and to say a much needed goal for Bannockburn is probably an understatement at this point. 8-5-53 Bannockburn. They trail North Geelong 10-11-71. Lex to Wyndham scoreboard, 7.5 minutes into the third quarter. Oh, I'll tell you what though, I didn't notice what was happening on behind scenes there.
No.
Having a little bit of a modern waltz, it's okay.
Well, all the umpire has to do is bounce the ball in the middle, and
there's nobody there.
There's going to be nobody there. Well, the ruckmen are there, Ross Dillon and Jamie Weiss.
So perhaps a show of strength from the Bannockburn the forwards. And
yes, I think that's probably all's in it, Eric.
So Weiss goes up, gets it down beautifully to Flack. Flack from the middle. The lead's on from Priddle. Walsh as well. Priddle takes the mark.
Play. That's not a bad move, putting Flack in the middle, Laurie.
Oh, he's a beautiful kick, Eric. And I said to Peter War at half time that I think he can be a valuable player to use before the year's out. When he just seems to be building to something to me.
The Italy teammates up in the goal square are not very comfortable. Andrews and Gibbs, they're having quite a bit to say to one another.
I don't think Gibbo's too happy that he's had a couple of goals kicked on him. So Rory Priddle at the other end of the ground to come in and shoot from 35 metres out directly in front for the quick reply. He's pretty happy about it too. You know, when Rory's kicked a goal, he puts the hand up straight away, runs back towards Jamie Weiss and Simon Flack. He's kicked his second, and the quick reply, 11-11-77 North Geelong, and Bannockburn are now 8-5-53. Lex to Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, 9 minutes played.
And Laurie, every time Bannockburn happen to get a goal, North appear to have the answers, and that's a good sign for them.
Well, they do at this point of time, Eric, and it is important that they keep ticking their scoreboard over as well. And no, there was a couple of patches of good play there, and the signs look good for North Geelong. If they can keep moving around, look at Flack here. He's trying to present himself, and that's the way you've got to do.
In the middle, Neither ruckman really get a clear tap away. Kick off the ground, goes forward for Bannockburn, but in the way there is Zitko. He's got a player loose on the wing in Kennedy. Kicks it out there from behind. Brett Harding hits the ball forward. Scown runs onto it. The ball is, picked up there by McCarthy. A handball forward for North Geelong, but finds the safety of the boundary line. Perhaps under a bit of pressure there, the North defence.
Yep.
So between the half-back flank and centre wing, the ball out of bounds once again. Thrown in. Hearn does the ruck work himself, tackled high, no free kicks at the umpire. Scown, handball was smothered, comes to Colliger, but Zitko is there on half-back flank sitting. He must have something wrong with him.
He must have a disease, I think.
There's nobody playing aside to him, and he's chipped the ball to Gibbs, and Gibbs kicks it wide to the outer wing to Brother. Well, Shane Andrews surely free kicked, and but umpire allows play to go on. Andrews takes the ball to the boundary. And if Daniel Gibbs wasn't impeded trying to run at the ball, then I will eat my hat.
That's a shocking decision, Eric.
So out of bounds, out of wing. Umpire puts the ball in again. Weiss and Dylan do the ruck work. Comes down for Bannockburn. A handball forward. Finds Connors. Tackled. Eludes, breaks the tackle. On the left foot now. Kicks towards full forward. Andrews. And because he was in front, I guess.
Don't say it, Jason.
No,
he'd get the benefit.
I'm not.
And... so Shane Andrews, inside 50, will be kicking perhaps 45, the probably the correct side for a left footer, about 45 degrees, and we'll have a shot on goal. So Andrews, he's gone back on the Dennis Lilly run up, I think, today. Moves in now, on the left foot. Well, he's got underneath, and I don't think he's going to get the distance. Lands in the goal square, and a strong defensive mark by McCarthy there. Chips it clear on the left foot, finds Daryl Jones. Quiet day for Daryl Jones, hasn't been in the play, but he's got a mark in the back pocket here at 11.5 minutes into the third quarter. He's signalling he's going to kick it long, and he'll have to because there's nobody for North down there. Rathje goes high for the mark, but off his hands, it is over the boundary line between wing and half forward flank, outer side. 12 minutes, third quarter. North Geelong on the Lex Wyndham scoreboard 11-11, lead Bannockburn 8-5.
Boundary throw in now, outer side, half forward flank for Bannockburn. Weiss and Dylan both get a hand to it. Over the back of the pack, Colliger slips the handball out to Connors, runs to 50, measures the pass to Andrews, but Gibbs stands his ground and takes the mark. Having a great battle at full forward and full back, Shane Andrews and Daniel Gibbs. On this occasion, Gibbs has taken the mark, looking for a lead. Kennedy gives him a lead. He's got Hearn short. White covers that, though. He needs a lead wide. He wants his brother, does he? No, he wants Hearn, who filled the gap and took the mark. He's got Zitko wide. He's got Lockwood long. Oh, he slips over at the crucial stage. Now Seekers gives him a long lead, but he goes towards Lockwood against Connors. They go up. The big man, Lockwood in front. Go, that was good strength. And Colliger can't believe the decision, but he's taken it. He plays on now. Gets a chef.
One umpire called play on, the other one whistled it back.
So Beattie's called it back. Now Lockwood will have it. And he's just slowed up play. And the Bannockburn boys have been able to cover most of the targets. He's got to Scown across half-back. He's got Rowe on a lead. He goes in that direction against Wentworth, who goes, good mark. That's a good mark, Michael Rowe. Good strength overhead. He's taken the mark right in front of our commentary box here on centre wing.
He's got a good vertical leap, Laurie, hasn't he? We saw an example of it right in front of us there.
Exactly, Eric, and he's had a good day today too.
Kicks over the top to Gibbs. That's David, who made some space for him. He's got Zitko in the pocket, but he elects to come back onto his mark. He's got Hearn in the middle.
Watch this kick. He's a beautiful kick, this guy.
And straight to Russell Hearn on the point of the centre square. Wants to play on now. Go with the right boot. Wobbly kick goes towards Priddles. Falls at the crucial stage, and the mark taken, Robbie Giles, in the last line defence for Bannockburn. So they want to try and clear it. Delahant, in fact, it's Clinton Shaw who he gives off to Delahant by hand. Goes wide to Harding. Flack over the top. Big thump away. Rowe. Flack, they can keep it in. Flack, good pace. Wentworth, though, great body work. Paul Wentworth. And then was that deliberate? No, the umpire said throw it in. And it will be a boundary throw in 45 metres around from the North Geelong goal. They lead 11-11-77. Bannockburn 8-5-53. Seekers and Henderson. Now Paul Price, handball, tried to get it free. Now the numbers with Bannockburn. Dylan, handball, sets Delahant a task against Burns, taps it on. Zane Carroll's there. Now Burns follows it up as well. Dylan's across there. Foot race, Carroll as well. Across half-back, they kick it wide. Hearn and Carroll. Carroll uses his pace and gets away from Burns on centre wing. Goes with a tumbling punt towards half-forward. Lockwood runs back with a flight of the foot. He doesn't sit for him. Shane Andrews, he can't pick it up either. Now he can. Handball. Try to get towards White. Free kick for a throw, said the umpire, and the turnover again goes to North Geelong. Scown takes the mark in the middle. Handball over the top. Ronnie Pilgrim's on. He has to chase Weiss, and Weiss gets around Pilgrim. Gets it out wide to Scown, who followed up, and he takes the mark. He's got Brendan Kennedy by himself, and Harding knows. Oh, play on. Well, what?
Oh.
Well, he played on. What? So Brad Scown's got it now. Don't shake your head in disbelief, Eric. The lead on from Michael Rowe. Oh, it kicks into the man on the mark, but it okay. Falls fortuitously for Brendan Kennedy, who backs himself and runs away. Goes on the right boot wide towards Rowe and Zitko. 2-on-1. Rowe and Clark does well. Good defensive play. He and Clinton Shaw see it over the boundary line for a throw in. Wentworth to come on, White to come off for Bannockburn.
Probably young Kennedy, not quite the right option because he has Zitko making position out wider, and perhaps he went to a contest.
The only thing that let him down, Eric, was that he chose the wrong option. The idea of the run with the ball was fantastic. He just didn't execute it properly.
From the throw in, Dillon gets it down to Connors, stacks on the mill, and well, Connors clearly pushed into the ground there, and no free kick from the umpire. Well, some of the umpire's decision making might leave a bit to be desired also, Laurie, I'm afraid. However, half forward flank for North. Flack up high, gets the tap clear. Welsh can't pick it up. It's picked up by Zitko. Kicks it towards the goal square. Running hard at the footy there was Burns. They've forced it back North Geelong, and just great work there by Burns. He's forced the behind. So a rush behind to the North Geelong side. Lexus Wyndham scoreboard 11-12-78. North Geelong, they lead Bannockburn 8-5-53. 16 minutes gone, third quarter.
Dullahan to kick in from fullback for Bannockburn. It goes short to Henderson. Takes the mark on the chest. Playing a zone defence, North Geelong. They just moved the zone back 10 or 15 metres from the where the kick-in occurred to cover most of the options.
Working pretty well, actually.
It is.
Yep.
He goes short towards Clark. Oh, he's under pressure by Rowe and Flack. Now Mick Turner gets across there in support. Ripped off the ball by Rowe. He's got Priddle. Oh, the handball just didn't quite get there. Henderson straight through the middle. Barges his way through and dropped the foot, he said the umpire. Rough Robbie won't be happy with that.
That won't make Robbie happy.
No. And Michael Rowe's got the free. Well, Simon Flack's got the free kick at half forward.
We should have been pinged for holding the ball because he took the player on, didn't he?
That's
You can't,
right,
you can't
exactly
do
right.
that.
So Flack's got it at half forward. So he's just holding it up, looking for a lead. He's going to go long now. Put it up into the point of the 10-metre square. Seekers goes up there. Through Kennedy. Carroll now. Handball to Henderson. Got it away to Colliger. Goes on the right boot from half back towards Wentworth. Scown goes up and backs himself and runs away after taking the mark. Goes on the right boot. Measures it towards Price. Chopped off by Harding. Coming through Kennedy. Also there's Scown again, and Wentworth back on the ground. Can get it over the top to Dillon. Handball or sets him a task. Has to sit and wait. Handball to Harding on centre wing. Goes on the right boot. Short little kick to Malane Grant. Takes the mark on his knees. And we'll turn around, see what he's got. He's got Wentworth still running on. Now the lead on from Andrews. He goes in that direction against Gibbs. The drainer goes up. Good mark. And we'll kick from goal for 40 metres out directly in front.
I think they need this one.
Yes, the momentum's sort of swinging away from them a bit, isn't it?
So, Shane Andrews, who's kicked 2 goals, 1 this afternoon. Come in from 40 metres out directly in front. The left foot comes in and it looks pretty good off the boot. Through for his third. And the 9th for Bannockburn. They go to 9-6-60. They trail North Geelong. 11-11-77. Lexa Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. 18 minutes played.
One of the things that I see at Bannockburn, they just can't seem to get anything to flow from America. It's the pressure from North Geelong. They just seem to be doing the little things. And they're worried when the ball hits the forward line, it's going into North Geelong's zone because they have guys running there everywhere. They look as though they're going to kick a goal every time they go forward. Whereas, that was a mark 1-on-1, but it was just a kick up. It just doesn't seem to be happening. It still could. There's a quarter and a bit to go, but they're just struggling a bit at the moment, I feel.
Ball in the middle. Umpire puts it up. Dillon gets the tap down for Bannockburn. Charging through there is Connors. Gets the kick into the forward line, the lead from Andrews again, and he just got the break, unfortunately, on Gibbs on that occasion. He was 1.5 yards clear and took the mark fairly comfortably on his chest. So the signs here of a Bannockburn comeback because Gibbs is only 35 metres out directly in front, and Andrews, having kicked the goal less than a minute ago, comes in now to kick his second in a minute. Shane Andrews on the left foot. Well, he didn't make as good a contact on that. In fact, something hit the post, whether it was a player or the ball or whatever. However, it is a behind only to the Bannockburn side. 7-61 Bannockburn. They trail North Geelong 11-12-78. Lexus of Wyndham scoreboard. 19.5 minutes gone. Third quarter.
Kick in from Sitco, found Michael Rowe, great kick, and then he runs on, kicks it towards Corey Lockwood on centre wing, tries to pick it up in front of Connors. Can he break free? Yes. Then he wants somebody in support, handballs it over the top towards Ratchie, gets a good shepherd, runs through the middle of the pack, his handball over further afield to nobody in particular. Getting across there, Giles, also Ratchie, who followed it up with Matthew East. Also in there, Dallahant, pretty close to the boundary line, and it is over. Matthew East sees it over for a throw in at half forward for the Magpies.
Just a lack of talk from the North Geelong side there, Laurie. Ratchie sort of looked for an option, couldn't find one, so went for the boundary.
His second effort was good though, he made up a bit of pace.
Did he ever?
So throw in, Seekus up against Dylan, over the back Hearn, taps it to the side, Burns is there, tried to tap it onto the advantage of Price. Free kicks to the umpire over the shoulder, and Mark Burns will take the free kick. Plays on quickly, gives it to Price by his hand, goes with the left foot kick, Price long towards Priddle, but filling the hole, and taking the mark was Robbie Giles. And he takes the mark. Now Dylan gives him a lead at centre half back. He goes in that direction now. Might be too far for him. Gibbs goes up, gets a push play on the call. Weiss is there. Needs some support. Weiss handball out wide to Burns. Sets him up east. Oh, it's over his head though. He's missed it. They're away. Hearn can give it a Price. He's outside 50. He can keep running. Left foot kick. Well, it didn't look too good off the boot, and it wasn't in the end. Shaw can get around. Handball to Giles. He's ripped off the footy. Gets his kick away though. And towards the boundary line. It's out of bounds now. 45 metres around from the North Geelong goal, and it will be a boundary throw in.
The North forwards are able to maintain pressure on the defenders, Laurie, and it's putting them in a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Well, it is, Eric, and Pricey probably could have been a little bit more precise with his kick there and just let Bannockburn off the hook a bit off.
From the throw in, came to Connors, tried to handball clear. Now it stacks on the mill on 50, and the umpire will move in and put the ball in the air. So Bannockburn not able to clear from that throw in. 21.5 minutes gone, third quarter.
So you just see where Jason Ratchie's jumping off. He's off the pack, and then we've got, I think it's Weesey over on the wing there. They're forming a bit of a wall there, and it's making it very difficult for Bannockburn to get by.
From the throw up there, the ball was kicked off the ground by a Seekus, gone into the forward line row, off the left foot, kicked it high in the air. Great smother there by Burns. It comes back to Michael Rowe on the left foot, kicks it goalwards, but he's offline completely, out of bounds on the full, a couple of metres from the behind post. So the ensuing free kick will go to Clinton Shaw, has the football with Rory Priddle standing the mark. So North Geelong doing the attacking. Shaw, long kick out of defence. Oh, gee, mark almost taken by Weiss, bounced off his chest to Carroll. Carroll a handball to Colliger. Colliger to Dylan. Dylan to... That's Henderson who's running. He kicks it further into the forward line. Up high at half forward. The ball comes to Gadd off hands. Handball to Malane Grant. Malane Grant has had a pot shot from outside 50, but the only player there is Daniel Gibbs. He comes back. Eludes. Well, his kick is not too brilliant, and the mark has been taken by Wentworth. Just inside 50. Half forward flank for Bannockburn. And on that occasion, the North defence, they couldn't get back to support Gibbs. Wentworth now is not going to make the distance. It's come... Well, the man...
Drainer, I think.
I don't think he was in front, but he used his body strength, Andrews, on that occasion to get through the pack, and has taken the mark cleanly.
I think Daryl Jones might have a headache tomorrow too.
Yes, I think he was in front.
He backed back into the pack and copped the brunt of about three blokes, I think, who ran into him.
All at the one time. Yeah, so Andrews now is 10 metres out on quite an acute angle. And he moved, well, he's run round to try to make the angle a bit better. I think he's kicked it pretty truly. The goal umpire comes back and tells us he has. So Shane Andrews now kicks his fourth. And Bannockburn continue to come back. 10-7-67 Bannockburn. They trail North Geelong 11-12-78. Lexus of Wyndham scoreboard. 23.5 minutes third quarter.
They're just hanging in there, Laurie, aren't they?
Yes, well, I'm just thinking Drainer's probably hasn't had that much of the ball today, but he's still kicked 4 goals and probably could have kicked 6 at least. So I guess if you kick 6 goals each Saturday, you've done a fair job, haven't you? But I thought Gibbsy's done a fairly good job on him.
Do you sense, is there a feeling, or am I mistaking it, that North perhaps have started to run out of legs?
Well, you might be right, Eric, but, they'll have to regroup and put as much pressure on as done for the rest of the game.
Getting down, Weiss gives it towards Burns. He gives it a Price. Left foot kick out towards Priddle. Uses the body, then slips over. Foot race back, Dallahant. in front of Walsh. His handball back towards Clinton Shaw in the back pocket. Gets his kick away under pressure from Priddle. Goes towards Rapchi. Gets a hand to it. Taps it back forward. Needs some support around him. He had to do it himself. Second effort was pretty good. Got it towards Rowe. His handball was great to Price. He goes back inboard looking for Lockwood, who stands his ground. Takes a strong mark. Wants to play on quickly. Get it out towards Kennedy, who stands there and takes it in front of Steve Delahan. And he wants to try and move it on quickly. Delahan's just holding him. He'll have to be careful. And
the umpire's only got to play that once,
yep,
don't they?
Exactly.
They won't do it again.
So 40 metres out, Brendan Kennedy. Chance for the quick reply for North Geelong, which they've had most of the afternoon when Bannockburn have kicked goals. So Brendan Kennedy comes in. Left footer. Oh, stuttering. And he didn't make the distance in the end. He's not happy. Goes towards the pocket. Henderson taps it away. Giles got some support from Matthew East. Now he goes with his right boot. Giles wide towards Carroll, who's got the run. Got Dylan in support. Goes on centre wing with the right boot towards half forward. Pilgrim behind. Zitko in front. Goes up. Good mark, Mario Zitko. Is taken a half back to repel that attack. Goes back to whence it came. Dylan Weiss over the top. Well, he couldn't get there though. Dylan took the mark. Slips it short to Tom Mullane Grant, who takes it. Just on the outside of the centre square at centre wing. Goes to the right boot, the lead on from Andrews again. Gibbs goes up early to Drainer. Great mark. And he's taken it 45 metres out. But a good angle though. And it will be a good shot for goal from here from Shane Andrews.
They might almost have to consider a change there, Laurie, because he's really got on top of Gibbs in the last 10 minutes.
Well, you know, I've often said about Shane Andrews, Eric, he's a touch player, and right at the moment he's touching it and hitting it. And when he hits the ball, he's very, very hard to stop. And yes, I agree with you there. There's no good waiting to. That's a goal. That's a goal.
It's gone over the pack, which was 5 metres out from goal, and it's goal number 5 for Shane Andrews. So they go to 11-7-73, Bannockburn, North Geelong, 11-12-78 on the Lexington Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. 26.5 minutes played, back to 5 points of difference.
Three-quarter time AFL, Carlton 15-11, Western Bulldogs 6-12, Essendon 13-7, Fremantle 7-11, and very close to full time at Manuka, the Kangaroos 14-10, Port Adelaide 10-13.
So an update on the scores of the AFL this afternoon. 3 games currently being played. Back in the middle here at Osborne Park. Dylan tries to take it out of the ruck contest. East hands it over the top to Harding. Drop the footy. Hearn against him. Burns. Oh, he's ripped up. Bannockburn with the pressure around Mark Burns. And the umpire will come in and bounce the football on centre wing.
All of a sudden, Laurie, Bannockburn have got pressure on the ball carrier here.
Yes, I'm just thinking, Eric, it's what you do over 4 quarters, isn't it, in a game of football? And they just seem to be putting a bit more pressure on North Geelong now.
Ball up, Dylan goes up, gets it down, Price tries to ride the bump, gets the hands free, Damien Clark at the back of the pack, breaks free, goes to the right boot, wide towards the lead of Ashley Perkins, who takes the mark on the chest. Perkins at half forward, the lead on from Andrews, why wouldn't you go there? He goes up, puts the big arms up, Gibbs puts it away this time, Wentworth ducks the head, and the umpire says it's held to him. It will be a ball up about 40 metres out from the Bannockburn goal. So we've been playing 27.5 minutes in the third term. Crucial stage of the match. Tapped down by Perkins. Jones through the middle. Also there Burns. Sits and waits. Handballs out wide to McCarthy on half back. He can go to Scown outboard, but he elects to go with his left boot. Shocking kick. And Ross Dillon has taken the mark. Plays on quickly. Goes to the left boot. Out wide towards Perkins. McCarthy's man, that is. He goes close to him. And they've got the numbers. Scown gets back. Holds it up. Well done. Short towards Hearn, and he takes the mark. Needs a lead at centre wing. Lockwood it is against Delahan, who's a bit taller and stronger, but Lockwood used the body well, then broke free. Delahan did well. Handball to Colliger. Going to get wrapped up. No, he's not. He gets around Price. Goes to the right boot long towards Andrews and Pilgrim. Andrews goes up. Pilgrim in front. Can't take the mark. Off hands the Drainers there again. Gibbs as well. He's ripped off the football. Should have been a free kick and will be for North Geelong in the last line of defence.
Your Drainer probably should have held that, I think.
He had the run, didn't he? Had the drop on the pack, really. So Gibbs, Daniel Gibbs, goes short, finds Price at centre half back, he runs on quickly. He sees a lead out wide, it's Burns. Can he reach it? He can't, but the ball, bounces reasonably well for him, punches on only as far as Turner. Turner kicks it back towards half forward, but in the way there's Russell Hearn. Brett Harding down in front of us. Copped a fairly heavy knock there. Hearn plays on, handball to Price. Price, a little short chip to Kennedy. He goes longer, goes to the lead at centre half forward, Michael Rowe. Another strong mark. He takes it, drives to the goal square. He had Rory Priddle back there on his own, and, the ball is untouched. Rory's certainly telling the umpire he felt that he was held there, but not the case. So another behind to Michael Rowe. 11-13-79. North Geelong, they lead Bannockburn 11-7-73. Lexus Wyndham scoreboard, 29.5 minutes. Third quarter.
Steve Delahunt wanting somebody short. Nobody will run towards him. So he goes further afield towards Dylan, or just over the head, fingertip. It took the mark over to way to Carroll, running through half back. Now he's run a long way. He's run too fast, and umpire Beattie. And it will come back for a free kick to North Geelong on the centre square. Oh, Paul Wentworth will want to give it back very quickly too. Jason Ratchie will take the free kick. He's inside the centre square.
Final score at Manuka, 14-11-95. The Kangaroos have defeated Port Adelaide 10-13-73.
Now Ratchie with the football. Wants to go long. Oh, he just sets it up, and Clinton Shaw will be able to take the easiest of marks in the end. Runs off Giles, gives the handball to him. He goes wide looking for Ross Dillon, who takes the mark. Now he needs a lead. Stephen Gadd gives him one, but he doesn't go there as that three-quarter time siren sounds, and it is North Geelong 11-12-78. They lead Bannockburn 11-7-73. In that third term, North Geelong kicked 3 goals, 1, while Bannockburn kicked 4 goals, 3, and it's 5 points of difference at the final change. The goal kickers for North Geelong: 4 to Michael Rowe and 2 each to Jason Ratchie and Rory Priddle. Singles to Paulo Sekas, Adam Walsh and Simon Flack. While for Bannockburn, 5 goals to Shane Andrews, 2 each to Brett Harding and Tom Mullane Grant. Singles to Ashley Perkins and to David White. But they've come back into it, Bannockburn. They only trail by 5 points, the ladder leaders. 11-12-78 North Geelong. Bannockburn 11-7-73. And we will take, 13.
I've got 13.
You got 11-13-79, have you?
Yeah, I just wondered if the last one was put up.
All right, well, we'll see if the goal umpires go there. We'll take a break.